Hello, hello, and welcome back to the amazing channel that is SuperJesusJackson. See what I did there? That was terrible. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning back in. I really hope you had a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful Christmas Eve, and what other holidays you celebrate. I really just hope you had a great one. It is a weird time of year because it's pretty slow content-wise, and also for content creators, you're just like, God, I want to enjoy my holidays, but at the same time, I know I have to put out content, and it's just weird, but I know I had to do this one because I had this Spider-Man scene reaction analysis marathon, and I know I said that I would do The Amazing Spider-Man 2, so here we are. But I feel like I wanted to go a little bit big with this one. I'm going to react and analyze about 3 scenes here. I felt like the obvious one, the elephant in the room, of course, Gwen Stacy's death. Spoiler alert. I mean, this movie's it's not old, but you've seen it, most definitely. If you watch Spider-Man No Way Home, which is the reason why I'm doing all these reactions, then you know this scene for sure. But of course, Gwen Stacy's death in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the most popular scene, it's the most talked about scene, and, for good reason. It is a fantastic scene, and the most emotionally moving one from the whole film. For many, it saves the whole film, but I feel like I have to talk about kind of the other scenes that come behind it, because I think they're just as good, and it makes the death actually very impactful because of the scenes before it. And also, I want to give The Amazing Spider-Man 2 some well-deserved love. I feel like this movie is shit on for endlessly, in the same way that The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one, was. But especially this one. Now, granted, I understand why. There's a lot of things that were a little weird, like Harry as Green Goblin, and Rhino just thrown together at the end of the movie. But the only reason that one was weird is because the movie was sort of advertising that Rhino was going to be one of the main villains. So that's marketing's fault, not the movie's fault. I actually think Rhino's placement at the end of the movie was a good one, with the whole little boy and stuff like that. And The Amazing Spider-Man 2 just had fantastic scenes, and Andrew Garfield, to me, is the best Spider-Man, okay? That's another video that I've talked about separately that I wanted to do, compare the 3 Spider-Men. But Andrew Garfield, for sure, for me personally, it's my favorite. He's just acting-wise, Spider-Man-wise, everything-wise. But Amazing Spider-Man 2 had some of the best scenes. It has probably one of the best action sequences for any Spider-Man movie ever, besides maybe Spider-Man 2. That's about it. But this one has the best, along with The Amazing Spider-Man, I'm not going to lie. But also, just this movie really touches the humanity of Spider-Man in ways that at least the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies did not, I believe. This one just hits it home a little bit better, and the Amazing Spider-Man series is just darker and more appealing to me as a whole. It's more realistic, it's just more enticing, it takes itself a little bit more seriously, while it also being a good Spider-Man film, because we know Spider-Man is a fun character, but these movies really strike that perfect balance. But I really just want to give justice to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I feel like it's crapped on the most out of all the Spider-Man movies, maybe, probably even more than Spider-Man 3, or maybe to that level. But without further ado, we are going to react and analyze about 3 scenes of this movie. We're going to try to take our time, but at the same time be as quick as possible, whatever that means. The first scene we're going to react and analyze is the Spider-Man vs. Electro final fight scene part 2, thanks to top movie clips. The 3 scenes I'm going to be reacting to and analyzing come from that channel. Thank you, whoever you are. I love this scene. Let's do it.
Really? You want me to a car? What are you, a caveman?
Shouldn't be here.
You tie me up to go off to war? I know how to help you.
What are you doing?
I know the grid specs. I can reset the system.
You can't be here right now. I'm not messing around. You can't be here right now. This is insane.
Guess what? Nobody makes my decisions for me. All right? Nobody. This is my choice. Okay? My choice. This is mine. Now, how do we stop him?
Okay, so he's electric. He's like a battery. So what happens if you overcharge a battery?
It explodes.
Right.
So we use his power against him. Perfect. Okay.
I think I can reconnect the power lines, but what I need you to do, I need you to reset the system. Okay, when I say you turn that power on, you turn it on. No matter what.
Peter.
No matter what. Go! Go!
60 seconds to impact.
UGV 687.
God damn it. Oh man. I fucking love that scene, man. Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield kills it. Kills it in this scene, okay? You know, like I mentioned in the first Amazing Spider-Man, when I reacted to that scene, like he talks with his body because he doesn't have, I saw someone in the comment section in this video who said, you know, Andrew and Toby even have to act a little bit better, I guess, because they don't have the luxury of just being a CGI Spider-Man all the time. And the eyes, you know, because Tom Holland's Spider-Man like has like kind of, you know, moving eyes, and it goes with his expression, whereas this one is a real mask, and he, you know, it doesn't move. His eyes don't move, so he has to express more with his body. And a scene where Gwen appears, and you know, Spider-Man sees her, and he's like freaking out. He's like, it's really funny, but at the same time, it's really expressive and super effective. And you know, just when she's like, "It's my choice" or whatever, and he's just like, "Oh, go," you know, he's like, "Oh," like. He's like, "You don't understand, like I'm trying to protect you and you're here trying to prove yourself, you know, like to yourself, you know, like you're trying to be independent here and I'm just like trying to protect you." It's a very, very interesting dichotomy, and it's what makes the Spider-Man character and the surrounding supporting characters just so interesting to me. This movie nails it completely. And, you know, at the end of the day, they work together as a team, and it's beautiful to see. But, you know, this contradiction here, this kind of dilemma and this tension between the two. And obviously here we know that Gwen and Peter were kind of, you know, going back and forth. And this movie was kind of a breakup movie in a way. But finally they come together, you know, and very powerful for many reasons. But, you know, I love Spider-Man's acting there. Andrew's acting is just fantastic there. Super funny, yet serious at the same time. It's very difficult to express those two things at the same time, you know, but it happens. And, you know, we have Electro here, and I love how the dad appears, you know, from the first movie, because Andrew is very much having this like anxiety, you know, kind of having some PTSD, because he's like, "God damn it, like anywhere I go and anyone who is around me dies," you know what I mean? Like, and Electro comes through, and this is some of the best swinging, some of the best action we've ever seen, even though it is CGI, of course. But it is good looking ass CGI, and it looks great. You know, when Electro breaks through one of those electric conductors, just bam, you know, like it's fantastic. The cinematics and the cinematography and the light, you know, and the constant switching from slow motion to normal motion, you know, is very Zack Snyder-like or whatever. And obviously the music, Junkie XL with Hans Zimmer, this electro-fused orchestra soundtrack. It's fantastic, and you know, it works because there's this epicness from Hans Zimmer, and there's this futuristic yet modern soundtrack feel from Junkie XL. It just really makes the movie that much more powerful and engaging. And I love Spider-Man's, you know, at the end when he's uniting the power lines, and he's like, do it now, Gwen, no! It's just absolutely, it gives me chills. It really does. And the music when Electro's dying is just amazing. I love this damn movie, okay? And this is only like part 2 of the fight scene. There is that first part of the fight scene where like there's like music, like when Electro shoots one of the conductors and like it makes noise, like, and it kind of makes music and it goes with the song. Like, it's just, this movie has a lot going for it, okay? It really does. But let's move forward with the other scene, the next scene, which is kind of the introduction of Green Goblin, one of the most controversial characters to be in this movie, which makes sense because he was kind of shoehorned in at the end. But I mean, there was a building of this of his character throughout the movie, but for some reason it just didn't work for some people. I don't know if it was because we expected Willem Dafoe, you know, level Green Goblin, but we weren't really getting it. I don't know. I think it worked for the movie ultimately, though. But let's move forward here.
I think we can still make your flight. Gwen, stay there.
When you said Spider-Man said no, you meant you said no.
Harry, what did you do?
What you made me do. You were my friend, and you betrayed me!
No. I was trying to protect you.
Oh. Look at me!
Hey, it's gonna be okay. This is gonna be all right.
You don't give people hope. You take it away.
No, Harry.
I'm gonna take away yours.
No, run! Harry! Harry, put her down! Harry, stop this right now! This isn't you, Harry! This is not you! Harry, put her down!
Harry.
Harry is dead!
Harry, this is between you and me. You want to fight? Fight me. Let her go. Okay. No. You okay? I got you, Gwen. I'm gonna put you down right here.
God. Leave me hanging, man. Oh, my God. Look, I went to go watch this movie when it came out in the theaters with a girl who ended up ditching me at the end. But I saw this movie and I got chills, okay? Especially at this part of the movie. Just, I love the night. And we did get Spider-Man 3, which was, very night focused because it was a dark movie. But this series especially focused a little bit more with nighttime. Probably, again, to be a little bit more realistic, more dark, more serious. And with the Green Goblin edition here, the actor here, I don't recall his name. I think that, when he really gets into it, when like he uses that grit in his voice, it's really effective. I think it really fits with the Green Goblin character. And Green Goblin's supposed to be ugly and kind of disgusting in a way. He's supposed to be a monster, and this movie really captured it very well. When he ended up picking up Gwen and the music starts picking up and they're flying and Spider-Man is swinging and you see the moon and everything like that, it's a very, very effective scene. It really sets the mood, makes you anxious, and you're like, oh my God, is Gwen gonna die? Like, you feel it kind of at the back of your head, and you feel it in your heart a little bit, like something is gonna go down. No pun intended. And of course, the clock tower edition here is perfect. It alludes to, a lot of things. Time is beyond anyone's hands. Also, no pun intended. I love it, and I love the fight scenes. A lot of people mention how Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man really moves like a spider in this movie, similar to how he moved in the first Amazing Spider-Man. But when he's fighting, it's very spider-like, and probably the best Spider-Man sequences in any Spider-Man movie. It's in this series. And this one, the way he wraps himself around Harry like a spider, and he's like, and I love the enclosed space, compared to the expanse of the Electro fight. I love the contradiction. I love how we have that, fight scene, and then we have a very claustrophobic scene with time in the clock tower with and Harry and Spider-Man. Really, that's how you engage viewers, and that's how you engage your audience, is present dichotomies. Small things like that really make this movie. Small things that people don't really think about, really, when people judge or criticize art, especially this movie. But, oh God, here we go. Last scene.
Hey. Gwen. Hey. Breathe. Hey. You're okay. Stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me, stay with me. You stay with me. Gwen. Gwen! Oh, please, please. Please.
Just absolutely beautiful, man. The music is fantastic, and I love the time metaphor, you know, because superheroes, they're always trying to save everyone and everything, and time is something that's out of everyone's hands, and there's no other better place to fight, you know, than in a clock tower. You know what I mean? There's no other better place to create a scene like this other than a clock tower. And the hands, you know, kind of symbolizing how he's running out of time and everything breaks, you know, time breaks. And when time breaks, everything just slows down, you know, and I love how it's slowed down and then it goes super fast and then it goes slow again. And we see Gwen when she's falling through the eyes of Peter, how she's the only thing he's seeing. And he shoots out his web and it zooms in and it's like a hand, you know, it's just such a small thing, you know, such small things. It's beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. And the whiplash, you know, how quickly it happens. He gets down and I love how the music doesn't really pick up until he's fully crying and accepting what's happening. Because at first he's kind of in denial. He's like, come on, stay with me, you know, and the music's very subtle. And then once he starts crying, that's when the music picks up. And Andrew's acting is fantastic, on point here. It's a beautiful scene that really impacted me a lot when I was in the theater. When I was in the theater, I cried. I did. And this whole sequence here that I've showed, great, you know, rise and fall, climax, you know, rising action, tension, you know, like that's how you keep someone engaged. And this movie does it perfectly. This movie does not suck, god damn it. Does not. Definitely would prefer it over at least the Tom Holland movies for sure. That might be blasphemy, but that is my opinion. But that was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, why it doesn't suck. But that was a reaction and an analysis to one of the last sequences of the movie, and I really hope you enjoyed it. And I don't know, tell me if you agree, let me know down in the comment section below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, or dislike it if you didn't, and tell your Spider-Man loving friends about this video. But that's it for me. You guys take care, stay safe, and until next time, I love you. I really hope The Amazing Spider-Man 2 starts getting the love it deserves. Same thing with the whole The Amazing Spider-Man series, for sure, 100%. Even Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. I don't know. Hope it happens. But there we go. Ta-da!